It's 9 into the hour 12. Good afternoon to you and welcome to Bena Midday News. This news is coming to you live from Benab House, Atomic Junction, Medina. My name is Sherifatu Ayuba. Coming up in this afternoon's bulletin. Pressure mounts on Member of Parliament for New Darasin South, Michael Awure, to resign following his early threat prior to the Akwatia by-election. Further details in the aftermath of the by-election as a New Patriotic Party criticizes the police service for failing to arrest National Vice Chairman of the NDC, Sofo Azoka, over comments deemed threat to the life of the minority leader Afenyo Makin prior to the Akwatia by-election. Former Chief Justice criticizes processes leading to the removal of outgone Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu. And on the international front, Burkina Faso Parliament passes law to criminalize homosexuality. Details of these stories comes up shortly. Thank you for staying with us. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook at Bena TV. Now the news in details. Pressure is mounting on the Member of Parliament for New Darasin South, Michael Awure, following his public declaration that he would resign if the MPP lost the Akwatia by-election. The by-election, described as one of the most high-stakes contests in recent times, was held under heavy police security yesterday. In the end, NDC's Bernard Bediako Bedu emerged victorious, defeating MPP Solomon Kwame Asumedu. This afternoon, calls are intensifying for Mr. Awure to honor his pledge and step down, as many people and political observers demand that he walk the talk. My colleague Charles Akrofi has been following this story.
Prior to the election, the New Darasin South Member of Parliament, Michael Awure, had publicly declared that he would step down if the MPP lost the seat.
I'm telling you, mark my words. I can even tell you that if we lose this election, I'll resign as a Member of Parliament. I'm telling you, we'll win these elections. We'll win. If we lose these elections, I'll resign as a Member of Parliament. I'm telling you, we'll win. By close of day Tuesday, you see that we have won the elections. And that's what, because I believe the work we have done and the God we serve. The God we serve is a good God, and He has given us hope that we win elections. Thank you.
Following the election, Awure issued an apology, acknowledging that his resignation pledge was made in poor judgment and went too far. He attributed his statement to a desire to motivate his campaign team, but admitted it was an error in judgment in this interview on Accra-based Asasipa Radio.
I'm sure she will win election to encourage my people. But I think maybe I was, I don't know what to say. I mean, may I apologize to Ghana if but the point is that what is important to me, your system now.
Despite his apology, pressure continues to mount on him. Deputy National Elections Director of the National Democratic Congress, Rashid Tanko Computer, has rejected it. Tanko Computer emphasized that the NDC is not accepting Barefi's apology and insists that he must either resign as promised or be compelled to apologize publicly in Parliament. He further stated that if Barefi does not resign voluntarily, the NDC will petition the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, to take action.
Nobody's going to. We're not accepting the apology. He must resign. If he doesn't resign, Ghanaians will not take politicians serious. We must be serious. They must hold us to our words. Whatever comes out from my mouth, they must take me serious. I can't just stand here and make allegations, say certain things, and then within 24 hours, do you know that he came in here when we were about to start the coalition, beaming smile, telling me that we were winning the thing, until I showed him on my phone that, my friend, you have lost the election, I'm coming to your constituency for by-election. Then he started perspiring. That's the time he got to know that things have changed.
In an effort to gauge public opinion on the matter, Bina News conducted interviews in town and the responses were mixed.
I think we should understand that Ghana is beyond politics, and so one putting their lives on politics is very detrimental. So when you have this mindset, you know that whether your party loses or your party wins, it's still Ghana, because the party is for the welfare and the well-being of the country. So I think it is time we should desist from that. Whether MPP win, I'm going to resign, NDC win, I'm going to do this or that. When it happens like that, that is where the division goes on. But when we have the mindset of unity as Ghanaians, I believe that the country will progress. So I think if we apologize, it should be accepted.
Yeah, for me, as a man of God, apology is well accepted. You know, wherever you go wrong and you knew that the wrong you committed, you must apologize. And if she apologizes from her heart, for me, that is the way for you, for us to go. So we should accept it, because even God, when we offend God, God is ever ready to forgive us in so many times. So if we offended the nation, for me it is good for one to come out and then say that I was wrong. Apology is accepted.
The firm I say about MP right. Okay, no, so no okay. Say Oluzua, the office system is okay. Sometimes you know, Ghana politicians are more clear for granted. So you must be aware of yourself. You make a via so no can say baby and you or can be I was saying mention of Yamidi Crown, the media like Yamisi of because area to look at. Oh, no, I'm ready. I can't hold part of what I see the card sent on the own car. I don't know what kind. There's no reason. No one says that one hour says I go for now or for feeding that motion. And they will say, oh, Yamchuni, right? Because no reason. Money complement to ask for money.
As the situation develops, all eyes are on the Speaker of Parliament to determine the next steps in addressing the controversy surrounding Michael Ochubefi's resignation pledge. What do you think? To resign or not? Let's get talking on our socials.
Moving on, national organizer of the New Patriotic Party, Henry Nana Boakye, has expressed disappointment in the Ghana police for not arresting the national vice chairman of the National Democratic Congress, Chief Sofo Azoka, following comments he made threatening the life of minority leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin ahead of the Akwetia by-election. More in the following report. In a video that surfaced online, Sofo Azoka warned that there would be another by-election in Afenyo-Markin's constituency if he interfered in the Akwetia election.
That rush come here, that we will go do by-election at Afenyo-Markin house. Here not be parliament, oh. Here is a free and fair field.
What will be your message to your members, NDC?
Everybody to do ready. If they come strong, we should come strong. He where he go lost too much. One lad, they go to by election in hometown.
How should they be ready?
They are ready for it.
The video quickly gained traction on social media, raising concerns about the safety of the minority leader and the potential for electoral violence. Despite the gravity of the threat, Nana Boakye criticized the police for not taking immediate action. He stated that the police should have arrested Azoka when he made those comments. His threats were not only unlawful but also dangerous and could have incited violence. The NPP national organizer also called on the Inspector General of Police to ensure that all individuals who make threats of violence are held accountable regardless of their political affiliation. He urged the police to act impartially and uphold the law without fear or favor. The Akwatia by-election held yesterday, though generally peaceful, was also marred by tensions and allegations of misconduct. Reports of scuffles between NPP and NDC supporters raised concerns about the integrity of the election process. As the political climate continues to thicken, all eyes are on the authorities to take decisive action against those who disrupt the country's democratic processes through threats and intimidation. Former Chief Justice Sophia Ekufu has criticized the process that led to the removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu, arguing that her successor was denied a fair hearing. The retired judge described the dismissal as a rigmarole and warned that it sets a dangerous precedent for Ghana's judiciary in an interview with Accra-based TV3 monitored by Bena News.
I'm very sad about it. It has really saddened me. And maybe in a way I feel very distressed by it. The sadness is about the whole process. My sadness is because as far as I'm concerned, it was a very unnecessary. We have been taken through a very unnecessary situation, and which, as far as I'm concerned, and that is my honest and candid view, this has so weakened the institution of the judiciary. It's not so much the individual who occupies their position. It is the institution. That is what I'm concerned about. I think that, you see, there has always been something wrong with Article 146, and particularly with the procedure that it sets out, and especially as it regards the position of the Chief Justice. In the Ajay case, I took the opportunity to reflect on that weakness that I noticed, and are these and these are not so, to me, they lack the gravity. They lack the gravity that would lead to a grave outcome, such as the removal of the head of an institution of justice.
Ghana's Foreign Affairs Ministry has announced that the country's embassy in Tehran, Iran, will reopen on Tuesday, September 16, 2025, after being closed for nearly 3 months. The embassy was temporarily shut down on June 16, 2025, as a precaution to protect staff amid escalating tensions between Iran and Israel. In a statement released on Tuesday, September 2, 2025, the ministry explained that the decision to resume operations was informed by significant improvement in Tehran's security situation. The ministry assured that it will continue to closely monitor developments to safeguard both mission staff and members of the Ghanaian community in Iran. It also reaffirmed its commitment to protecting the interests of Ghanaians abroad and pledged to provide updates as necessary. And on this note, we go for a quick break. We'll be back with more.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
The word Islam is an Arabic word which means to surrender. As a Muslim, you surrender yourself to the Almighty Allah, your Creator. To do that, we need to understand the concept of Islam. Baina TV comes your way with the most educative and informative Islamic program, Understanding Islam. On this show, we answer all the questions regarding Islam, the do's and the don'ts of the Sharia, and many others. Make a date with me, Aisha Muhammad Saqib, this and every Friday at 10:30 a.m. as we educate ourselves with the knowledge of the deen.
Welcome back. You're still watching Bainat Midday News on Bainat TV. Now let's do some business news. The price of gold has reached a record high as strong demand persists amid global economic uncertainty. According to reports, spot gold hit $3,508.50 per ounce early Tuesday, marking a nearly one-third increase this year. Investors continue to view gold as a safe haven asset during times of market turbulence.
Analysts attribute the rise to multiple factors, including expectation that the U.S. Federal Reserve may cut interest rates and geopolitical tensions fueled by trade policies. Earlier this year, gold prices climbed after U.S. President Donald Trump announced sweeping tariffs that disrupted global trade. Concerns over the independence of the Federal Reserve have further boosted gold demand. Trump's repeated criticism of Fed Chair Jerome Powell and his recent attempt to remove Governor Lisa Cook have renewed interest in safe haven assets. Darren Nathan of Hargreaves Lansdowne and Trump's actions are driving renewed interest in gold. European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde also warned that undermining the Fed could pose a serious threat to global economic stability. Traditionally, high gold prices lead to reduced demand from China and India, two of the largest markets. This year, however, buyers in both countries have continued purchasing investment gold products such as bars and coins, keeping demand strong. Other factors supporting the price include Russia's invasion of Ukraine, general political uncertainty, trade policy shifts, and concerns over inflation and supply chains. According to Suki Copper, a precious metals analyst at Standard Chartered, she added that earlier weakness in the US dollar also strengthened gold's appeal as a safe haven.
And on the international front, Burkina Faso's transitional parliament has passed a bill criminalizing homosexual acts just over a year after the government adopted a draft family code targeting same-sex relationships. The measure, approved unanimously on Monday, carries prison sentences of 2 to 5 years as well as fines. Justice Minister Edaso Bayala said foreign nationals caught violating the law could face deportation.
The legislation now awaits the signature of Burkina Faso's military leader, Captain Ibrahim Traore, who came to power in 2022 after ousting Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henry Damiba. Previously, Burkina Faso was among 22 African countries that allowed same-sex relations, which remain punishable by death or long prison terms in some states. Unlike former British colonies, Burkina Faso did not inherit anti-homosexuality laws at independence from France in 1960. The country is socially conservative and religious, with less than 10% of the population unaffiliated with a faith. Burkina Faso's move reflects a broader crackdown on LGBTQ rights in the region. Last year,